Fußball-Club St. Pauli von 1910 e.V., commonly known as simply FC St. Pauli, is a German sports club based in the St. Pauli quarter of Hamburg. The football department is part of a larger club that also has rugby, baseball, bowling, boxing, chess, cycling, handball, roller derby, skittles, softball and table tennis teams. Until end of 2013 there was also an American football section, but they had resigned because of the lack of a required youth and resign of section board. Indiana, 2003-04 they dropped down to the Regionalliga, at that time the third football division in Germany, and remained there for 4 years. In 2007, St. Pauli were promoted back to the 2. Bundesliga, and in 2010, FC St. Pauli was promoted into the Bundesliga. For the 2013 Euro 14 season they are again playing in 2. Bundesliga, which is the second highest division in Germany. FC St. Pauli has a rivalry with Hamburg. While the footballers have enjoyed only modest success on the field, the club is widely recognized for its distinctive culture and has a large popular following as one of the country's cult clubs. FC St. Pauli supporters are highly identified with left-wing politics. History. Early years. The club began its existence in 1899 as a loose, informal group of football enthusiasts within the Hamburg St. Pauli Turnverein in 1862. This group did not play its first match until 1907, when they faced a similar side assembled from the local Eger swimming club. Officially established on May 15, 1910, the club played as St. Pauli TV in the Kreisliga Gro Hamburg until 1924, when a separate football side called St. Pauli was formed. The team played as an undistinguished lower to mid-table side until making their first appearance in 1934 in the top-flight Liga Nordmark, one of 16 Premier-level divisions created in the reorganization of German football that took place under the Third Reich. They were immediately relegated, but returned to the top flight in 1936. Relegated again in 1940, St. Pauli reappeared in the Liga Hamburg in 1942, and played there until the end of World War II. Post-war football. After the war, the club resumed play in the Oberliga Nord in 1947. A second-place finish in the 1947 Euro 48 season led St. Pauli to its first appearance in the national championship rounds. They advanced as far as the semi-finals, where they were knocked out to Euro 3 by eventual champions 1. FC Nuremberg. The club continued to play well throughout the early 1950s, but were unable to overtake rivals Hamburger SV, finishing in second place in 5 of the next 7 seasons, and going out in the early rounds in each of their championship round appearances from 1949 to 1951. In the late 50s and into the early 1960s, St. Pauli were overtaken by rivals such as Werder Bremen and VfL Osnabrück 1/4 CK, but finished fourth a number of times. Promotion to the Bundesliga. In 1963 the Bundesliga, West Germany's new top-flight professional league, was formed. Hamburg, Werder Bremen, and Eintracht Braunschweig joined the new circuit as the top finishes from the Oberliga Nord, while St. Pauli found themselves in the second-tier Regionalliga Nord. Nearly a decade and a half of frustration followed. St. Pauli won their division in 1964, but finished bottom of their group in the promotion playoff round. They took their next Regionalliga Nord title in 1966 and, while they performed far better in the playoffs, still failed to advance to the top flight, losing out to Rot-Weiss Essen on goal difference, having conceded 2 more goals. Division championships in 1972 and 1973, and runner-up finishes in 1971 and 1974, were each followed by promotion round playoff disappointment. The success of the Bundesliga, and the growth of professional football in West Germany, led to the formation of the 2. Bundesliga in 1974. St. Pauli was part of the new second-tier professional circuit in the 2. Bundesliga Nord, and in 1977, they finally advanced to the top flight as winners of their division. The team survived just 1 season at the highest level in the Bundesliga. The club's return to the 2. Bundesliga Nord was also short-lived. On the verge on bankruptcy in 1979, They were denied a license for the following season and were sent down to the Oberliga Nord. Strong performances that set the team atop that division in 1981 and 1983 were marred by poor financial health. By 1984, the club had recovered sufficiently to return to the 2. Bundesliga, overtaking Werder Bremen's amateur side who, despite finishing 2 points ahead of St. Pauli, were ineligible for promotion. Cult phenomenon. It was in the mid-1980s that St. Pauli's transition from a traditional club into a cult club began. The club was also able to turn the location of its ground in the dock area part of town, near Hamburg's famous Reeperbahn Euro center of the city's nightlife and its red light district Euro to its advantage. An alternative fan scene emerged, built around left-leaning politics, social activism and the event and party atmosphere of the club's matches. Supporters adopted the skull and crossbones as their own unofficial emblem. St. Pauli became the first team in Germany to officially ban right-wing nationalist activities and displays in its stadium in an era when fascist-inspired football hooliganism threatened the game across Europe. In 1981, the team was averaging crowds of only 1,600 spectators. By the late 1990s they were frequently selling out their entire 20,000 capacity ground. The skull and crossbone symbol had always been associated with St. Pauli in one way or another. Hamburg fostered the most famous pirate of Germany Klaus Station Paragraph Rebecca and the symbol had been used by the house occupants at Hafenstrasse, but the one who should be credited with finally bringing the symbol to the terraces is probably Doc Barbuse, the singer of a Hamburg punk band. As the legend tells, he first grabbed the flag from a stall while passing drunk through the Dom on his way to the Millantor Stadion. In the early 1990s, the media in Germany recognized the cult image of the club, focusing on the punk part of the fan base in TV broadcasts of the matches. By this time, the media also started to establish nicknames like Freibeuter der Liga as well as Das Freudenhaus der Liga. St. Pauli moved in and out of the Bundesliga over the course of the next dozen years. The club were narrowly relegated to the Oberliga in the 1984 Euro 85 season, but won the 1985 Euro 86 championship and returned to 2. Bundesliga. 2 increasingly strong years followed, resulting in promotion and 3 seasons in 1. Bundesliga, during 1988 to Euro 91. 4 seasons followed in 2. Bundesliga, and then another 2 in 1. Bundesliga 1995 Euro 97, before returning to 2. Bundesliga. Into the new millennium. Until last season, their most recent appearance in the top flight had been a single-season cameo in 2001 Euro 02. A win against FC Bayern Munich, the reigning World Club Cup winners, led to the popular Welsh Pokalsija Besija shirts. However, the team finished last in the league, partly because the management did not trust the team which surprisingly won the promotion in 2001, but rather spent the additional money from Bundesliga TV contracts and advertisements on expensive but disappointing players. After the relegation to the 2. Bundesliga, only a skeleton of the successful 2001 team remained. The season 2002 Euro 03 ended up in chaos, with the team fighting relegation from the very beginning, various coaches departing and other problems internal to the club. With the club almost bankrupt again and the less lucrative Regionalliga Nord looming, the club began its fund-raising activities, the so-called Retro-Action. They printed T-shirts with the club's crest surrounded by the word Retta and more than 140,000 were sold within 6 weeks. They also organized a benefit game, against Bayern Munich, to try to help rescue the club. The club has also been active in terms of charity and in 2005 the club, the team and the fans initiated the Viva Con Agua de St. Pauli campaign, which collects money for water dispensers for schools in Cuba, for clean water in Rwanda etc. During the 2005 Euro 06 season, the team enjoyed unprecedented success in the DFB Cup, with wins over Burghausen, Bochum and, significantly, Bundesliga sides Hertha Berlin and, in the quarter-finals on January 25, 2006, Werder Bremen. Their 3 Euro 1 victory in front of a sellout Millantor crowd, and their subsequent place in the DFB Cup semi-final, netted the club approximately $1 million in TV and sponsorship money, going a long way to saving the club from immediate financial ruin. St. Pauli finally went out of the cup to Bayern Munich on April 12, going down 3-0 with a goal from Owen Hargreaves and 2 from Claudio Pizarro. Coincidentally, Bayern Munich were also St. Pauli's opponents and dispatchers, in the first round of the following season's cup. After success in the 2006-07 season, the team was promoted to the 2. Bundesliga. After defeating Grue the FAR 1/4 in the 2009-10 season, the team secured promotion back to the 1. Bundesliga for the 2010-11 season. On February 16, 2011, during the 2010-11 season and for the first time since 1977, St. Pauli defeated their bitter cross-city rivals Hamburger SV away at the Volkspark Stadion courtesy of a Gerald Asamoah goal. However, the team finished the season last in the league, going back to the 2. Bundesliga. Recent seasons, supporters. St. Pauli enjoys a certain fame for the left-leaning character of its supporters. Most of the team's fans regard themselves as anti-racist, anti-fascist, anti-homophobic and anti-sexist, and this has on occasion brought them into conflict with neo-Nazis and hooligans at away games. The organization has adopted an outspoken stance against racism, fascism, sexism, and homophobia and has embodied this position in its constitution. Team supporters traditionally participate in demonstrations in the Hamburg district of St. Pauli, including those over squatting or low-income housing, such as the Hafenstraße and Bimbühl. The center of fan activity is the Fanladen St. Pauli. St. Pauli fans currently have a strong relationship with Tanana fans, Hapoel Tel Aviv fans and Bohemians 1905 fans. Ultra Sankt Pauli also has a friendship with the ultras scene of Bayern Munich, the Shakira Ma 1/4 NCHEN. At times the banner of Shakira Ma 1/4 NCHEN is displayed at the Milranta Stadion. The club prides itself on having the largest number of female fans in all of German football. In 2002, advertisements for the men's magazine Maxim were removed from the team's stadium, in response to fans' protests over the advert's allegedly sexist depictions of women. St. Pauli is also a worldwide symbol for punk and related subcultures. The skull and crossbones logo and the team's brown and white football jerseys have often been worn by international artists such as the band's Asian Dub Foundation, Gaslight Anthem and Pantheon Rococo. The KMFDM frontman and Hamburg native Sasha Konietzko is a recognizable St. Pauli fan, at one point placing a huge picture of a fist smashing a swastika on his band's main page, with the caption St. Pauli fans Gegen Retz underneath it. Another notable supporter and sponsor is Andrew Eldritch, lead singer of band The Sisters of Mercy. On his 2006 Sisters Bite the Silver Bullet tour, Eldritch wore the famous skull and crossbones shirt. Georg Holm, the bassist of the Icelandic post-rock band Sigur Rós Incubus, has performed at several festivals wearing a St. Pauli t-shirt. Alex Rosamilia, the guitarist for the Gaslight Anthem, frequently wears a St. Pauli hat. Editor's guitarist and synthesizer player Chris Urbanowicz frequently wears the Skull and Crossbones t-shirt. Dave Doman, the singer for Dayton, Ohio's Swearing at Motorists, who has been spotted in concert with the Skull and Crossbones on his guitar and amplifier, moved to St. Pauli in 2010. Bad Religion played a charity match against St. Pauli's third team in 2000. German musicians that are fans include, Fetz Brot, Dio Arte singer-songwriter Bela B, Ketka, Tomt and many other bands, most of them underground. Several bands has also made music directly related to St. Pauli. The Norwegian punk rock band Turbonegro recorded a special version of their song I Got Erection with reworked German lyrics for St. Pauli. In 2009, Italian ska combat folk punk band Talco from Marghera, Venice wrote the song St. Pauli. The team has since used the song as an anthem and Talco has played a number of concerts at Milranta Stadion. Glasgow band The Wakes have also played the Milranta, having written the Pirates of the League about the club. Also, the British band Art Brut has written a song about the club called St Pauli, which is featured on their album It's a Bit Complicated. In 2010, FC St Pauli celebrated its 100th anniversary. For the occasion, the fan club 18 of 12 recorded the song, Happy Birthday St Pauli, 100 Beers for You. When the team plays in Germany's second football division, their home fixtures at the Milrant are used to average greater attendances than any other team and often exceeded turnouts for second division teams. As of the 2011 Euro 12 season, St Pauli is the only team that has close to 100% in average home attendance. St Pauli have more holders of season tickets than many Bundesliga teams. One study recently estimated that the team has roughly 11 million fans throughout Germany, making the club one of the most widely recognized German sides. The number of official fan clubs passed 500 in year 2011, which is an increase of 300 over just 3 years. Club culture: St Pauli opens its home matches with Hell's Bells by AC/DC, and after every home goal song 2 by Blur is played. The former club president Corny Littmann, long active in German theatre and head of the Schmidt Theatre on the Reeperbahn, is openly gay. St Pauli have made pre-season appearances at Wacken Open Air, a heavy metal festival, several times. The club hosted the 2006 FIFA Wild Cup, a tournament made up of unrecognized national football teams like Greenland, Tibet and Zanzibar. They participated as the Republic of St Pauli. In 2008, Nike commemorated the club with 2 exclusive dunk shoes, both released in limited quantities. The high dunk was released to all countries throughout Europe, with only 500 pairs produced. The low dunk was released only to shops in Germany, Switzerland, and Austria, with only 150 pairs produced. Fundamental Principles: St Pauli were the first club in Germany to integrate a set of fundamental principles to dictate how the club is run. The fundamental principles were passed by an overwhelming majority at the St. Pauli Congress in 2009, and they go beyond solely football. The first 5 principles states that, a Euro in its totality, consisting of members, staff, fans and honorary officers, St. Pauli FC is a part of the society by which it is surrounded and so is affected both directly and indirectly by social changes in the political, cultural and social spheres. A Euro St. Pauli FC is conscious of the social responsibility this implies, and represents the interests of its members, staff, fans and honorary officers in matters not just restricted to the sphere of sport. A Euro St. Pauli FC is the club of a particular city district, and it is to this that it owes its identity. This gives it a social and political responsibility in relation to the district and the people who live there. A Euro St. Pauli FC aims to put across a certain feeling for life and symbolizes sporting authenticity. This makes it possible for people to identify with the club independently of any sporting successes it may achieve. Essential features of the club that encourage this sense of identification are to be honored, promoted and preserved. A Euro tolerance and respect in mutual human relations are important pillars of the St. Pauli philosophy. Stadium: the home venue of the FC St. Pauli is the Milrant Stadion. Work on the stadium began in 1961, but its completion was delayed until 1963 as there was initially no drainage system in place, making the pitch unplayable after rain. It originally held 32,000 supporters, but the capacity was later reduced for safety reasons. In 1970, the stadium was renamed Wilhelm Koch Stadium, in honor of a former club president, but this name became highly controversial when it was discovered that Wilhelm Koch had been a member of the Nazi Party during the war. After protests by fans, the name was changed back to Milrant Stadion in 1999. A reconstruction began in 2006. The goal is a total renovation of the 4 tribunes of the stadium. The renovation is expected to be fully completed by 2014 and the new capacity will be approximately 30,000 spectators. The stadium is located next to the Heiligengeistfeld, and is overlooked by the infamous Flak Tower 4 to the north and a building of the Deutsche Telekom to the south. It can easily be reached with the Hamburg U-Bahn line U3. Players, current squad, as of August 4, 2014. Note: Flags indicate national team as defined under FIFA eligibility rules. Players may hold more than one non-FIFA nationality. Notable players, international players. The following international players have also played for St. Pauli, greatest ever team, in 2010. As part of the club's celebration of its 100th anniversary, fans voted the following players as the best in the club's history: Klaus Tomford, Andrew Copyright Trolson, Walter Frosch, Carl Miller, Dirk Dammen, Michael Copyright Elmer Zingadinze, Thomas Megel, Jarwan Quartera Gen Grenell, Harold Stender, Peter Ostroff, Franz Gerber. Coaching staff, head coach history, other sports. The St. Pauli Rugby section has several teams, both in the men's and women's leagues. The men's rugby department has not been as successful as its female counterpart, reaching the German final only once, in 1964. In 2008 to Euro 09, St. Pauli was the only club to have a team in both the rugby and football second Bundesliga. In 2008 to Euro 09, the men's team finished fourth in the second division. The women's team have won the German Rugby Union Championship 8 times and the Sevens Championship 3 times. Several of their players play in the national squad. Notable presidents, 2002 Euro 2010, Corny Littman. References. External links. Official website, Punk, Politics and Football article on FC St. Pauli by Norwegian.